Dude, I knew Fred was good, but I didn't know Fred was this good. And here's the big thing. At the end of this trail, there's a big boulder field. And I know Fred can get across that boulder field and back. So, before we leave, we've got to conquer the boulder field. Oh, dude, she's climbing. Oh, our doors might fall by the time we make it to the top, but we'll be good. Oh. What? This would be the worst place in the world to blow a tire. Honestly, I think if we find someplace to turn around, we'd probably go back because blowing a tire up here with no spare, like this is the only 4 tires we got that'll fit this bad boy like this.
Tap the phone out.
Dude, I ought to hit the water crossing at speed. That should be our victory.
I wish I could do some of the stuff Winston does, but I don't have a car and I don't have the money.
I think it's holding there. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. Next scene, either we're broke down or we're driving down there.
Walmart.
Okay, guys. I will admit I got pretty sick sleeping in the Humvee overnight, but the Humvee drive is going well. Okay, I'll be honest. We didn't drive it all the way because I got terribly sick, and I didn't feel like that tire on. I didn't feel like messing with that tire pulling out over the top of the mountain. So we hauled it over the top of the mountain. We're back on flat ground. But we're not going to stop so easy. Because now we're going to continue driving it home. The problem is we know these tires aren't going to make it all the way home. But never fear. I've got a plan.
I heard they checking for me. No, we're checking on me. Had to go run up and check. I got the message on me. You know, flexing on me. My attorney.
Twenty-two.
I would rather just make up its mind. I'd rather pull up or keep going. I am so over this trip. Probably long fuel filter or something. Or it could be the fact that it's running out of fuel. Some idiot wasn't watching the fuel gauge. I'm like, why is it not running? All right, look down. That's out of fuel.
16 minutes.
We'll take fuel and just run it now.
Dinner's getting cooked right now, so dinner's done, the better. Wait, dinner, we'll play some games maybe after we eat dinner, we'll play some games. Normal's home. Maybe I'll play some city game later. I voted 4 times. That's a video for a different story. Nothing wrong with Wild Wild West. There's the when did this come out?
This decapsol blade covers about 25 feet and 10 frames of film, or about a third of a second, which means it's traveling somewhere in the range of 50 miles per hour. Considering it was about 25 feet behind Chekhov's scientist at this point, and still doesn't catch him for another 4 seconds. That means to outrun it for that long, you'd have to be running at least, it's hilarious that you think I would actually do the math, but there's no way he's running at 1,000 miles per hour. Also, they show the blade passing through the same set of trees 4 different times. I've seen it before, and I'll see it again. Just a little bit of false screen dream beating. Wasting your breath on exposition while running for your life. I knew the 15-second logo was too good to be true.
So is the drive-in in Diwajak.
The legendary Captain James West.
At the track, our producers had laid on a series of tests. The first, inevitably, involved Lord Stig.
Okay, surprisingly. As you can see, the Stig is currently driving a 1.1-litre Hyundai IEO down a slot I-10. Some say that's his own car. You will attempt to beat his time in your much more elaborate and sophisticated cars. Here he comes. It's a proud and noble car, that is.
With the Stig's marker laid down, the Rolls went first.
Brakes are on fire. We can see the smoke. It didn't stop, and now it's on fire.
Still stop better than me, I have to say.
Yeah, your stopping distance is rubbish.
With the score at 2-1 to the Grosser, we were given the easiest challenge in the history of Top Gear. Go to the centre of London and park. On the way, we stopped for a cup of tea and an argument about running costs.
My last service bill, £212.09. There it is. £212 for a host price.
Yes. What was yours?
Really? That's the last service bill. I misread that at first. 15,000? Yeah.
£15,000.
And 59 pence.
$15,000 for a service.
Quite a lot there to do, if I'm honest. What did you buy your golf?
That's a lot of money. I wish I could do something early, but I can't do anything I really want to do because it doesn't really matter. I'll get that one thing I want to do eventually done. The cartoon's done with soon. I hope. Eventually. And I just want to relax. Ooh, how to build a fire truck. How to build a semi.
A first-rate fire truck built to prevail in the battle against the flames. Pierce from Wisconsin, USA, is one of the biggest manufacturers of firefighting apparatus in the world. It's a vehicle made from a combination of aluminum and steel.
Yeah, Pierce. I've seen that one already.
Burger Shot is the prolific hamburger chain found across the Grand.
Back to me. I gotta check my pizza. My dinner. $1,000 for a hose pipe. Giggle cream.
Theft Auto series, known for pushing unhealthy eating to extreme levels. Its corporate motto is "Die with a smile on your face." In Liberty City, a customer can buy a bleeder burger at any burger shop, a cheap patty marketed to kill your hunger. Other menu options include the meat-free meal, torpedo, and the money shot combo. But none is more notorious than the Heartstopper, a 6-pound stack of beef and cheese
That looks
that Burger
gross.
Shot's own ads boast can end the life in seconds. This chain first appeared as a small burger stall in 1980's Vice City, but by 1992 had expanded across San Andreas. The brand's ubiquity paints a picture of an aggressive fast food empire that dominates urban diets. And a Burger Shot is Grand Theft Auto's Burger King, and Cluck and Bell is its poultry overlord. Specializing in fried chicken, Cluck and Bell carries an even more unsettling reputation. A radio ad admitted that the chain had previously been serving rat meat and that they were no longer doing so, implying that anything could have been in that nugget bucket. Health scandals followed. By 1994, Cluck and Bell was taken to court over chemicals causing memory gland swelling. The company even preemptively denies responsibility for erectile dysfunction, hair loss, heart disease, brain shrinkage, obesity, ulcers, blindness, and acne on its website. The chain also sponsors a triathlon called the Beat the Cock Challenge on San Andreas' beaches. Cluck and Bell restaurants serve combo meals like the Cluck and Huge meal with alarming fat content, though a salad meal is available for the health conscious. By the 2013 era of Grand Theft Auto 5, Cluck and Bell has a fully industrialized supply chain. It operates Cluck and Bell Farms, a massive factory farm and slaughterhouse in Paleto Bay. This facility processes the meat for Cluck and Bell outlets statewide. It's so integral that criminals target it. A Latin American cartel turned the plant into a front for drug manufacturing. In Grand Theft Auto's universe, even the chicken shack isn't safe from organized crime. And I would be remiss to not talk about today's War Thunder. If you ever wanted to play a
Cock-a-doodle-doo, we're a huge origination. Cock-a-doodle-doo, and can't be stopped. Eating a piece so you can untell. He's been to Cluck and Bell.
Revolve around burgers and fried chicken. In 2004 San Andreas, players could also visit the Well-Staffed Pizza Co. A $2 single slice buster will bust your gut and add 1% body fat. The only non-fattening option on the menu is a salad. By the late 2000s and 2010s, Los Santos showcases a different lineup of eaters. One prominent chain is Up and Adam Burger, which first opened in 1950 and is a San Andreas institution. That era, stretching from the 1940s through the mid-1960s in the U.S., was marked by rigid social norms and a heavy dose of patriotism. Up and Adam's menu leans heavily on greasy, calorie-loaded fast food. In one of their TV ads on the Weasel Network, they proudly announce that they do not succumb to the trendy health fads, promising to deliver your entire week's worth of saturated fat, salt, and sugar in a single visit. Los Santos also hosts a fierce taco rivalry, emblematic of the city's diverse fast food options. Taco Bomb, founded in 1970, is an Americanized Mexican fast food chain that markets itself with explosive flair. A look at their online menu is telling. Taco Bomb's offerings come with the implication that they will cause extreme digestive and bowel issues. For under $1, you can get the volcanic mud-splattered nachos with the slogan, "Enjoy the crunch now in the hot sauce." Or a customer might choose the 2-pound foaming beefish bazooka burrito. Blast your metabolism to Guadalajara and back for $1.70. Even Taco Bomb's attempt at a healthier item, the hot mess deep fried salad, proudly advertises itself as putting the purge in the splurge. This gross out marketing is played completely straight by the company, as if proud of the gastrointestinal habit their food wreaks. Not surprisingly, Taco Bomb's main competitors in Los Santos are the other big fast food brands. These companies battle for market share both in business and on the stock exchange. And no discussion of Grand Theft Auto's food economy would be complete without coffee and donuts, the classic staples of urban life. Rusty Brown's Ring Donuts is the dominant donut shop brand that appears across multiple eras. First heard in a 1986 Vice City radio commercial, Rusty Brown's made an immediate impression with its self-suggestive marketing.
Rusty Brown's ring donut. I like to make you dummy around the outside and then crust my tummy. I just love the batter all over my face. Sometimes I like to wear the Tanny Walker When you go downtown, make sure you enjoy Rusty Brown's ring donut.
Dear Protein Bar, you incompletely fatty, big meaty meat sticks.
Drivers, when we're stopped and we see our lights are flashing, use yours. First, show those brake lights.
Despite or because of this branding, Rusty Brown's thrived. By Liberty City in 2008, the company is over 50 years old and expanding aggressively. They launched
Team Sprunk or Team Ecola, who has more sponsored vehicles and a stronger racing team. Our categories every single livery in GTA has sponsors so that you can easily build a fully branded racing garage for your favorite.
4 months ago, okay.
Sponsor's two biggest magazines, Sprunk versus Ecola. But here's the twist: some vehicles actually wrap sponsorship with a brand, and at the end of the video, we'll see which brand sponsors the fastest vehicles in each class. To start, let's look at all 42 Sprunk sponsorships. Starting off with the Asmo, which has a very unique design with the Sprunk logo, being one of a kind in the entire game. Next up, we have the Astro GZ. Now, this livery is very loud, but it actually comes
Hello.
in two different color schemes, the primary and the alt version. So this car has two separate liveries. The Body 801RR is one of the few vehicles in the game that comes stock, and Sprunk is among these options.
Yeah, he's watching some weird stuff online, and gonna be having dinner. Gonna be dinner soon, so yeah.
A little bit updated.
Getting ready for my dinner to be done. My dinner's at 11 right now.
And this design looks simple.
Smart car.
Both the Buffalo EVX and the Buffalo STX have similar designs to the Sprunk Buffalo, which we'll touch on later. So Buffalo is definitely a long-term partner of Sprunk and Sprunk Extreme. Now, although it's not as loud and proud with the sponsor, the Champion does have a Sprunk-specific livery. The Coquette D5 is a bit more clear with its sponsorship, only featuring a few minor brands sprinkled alongside Sprunk. The Euros also
No, it's their time right now.
It is locked behind a reputation in the LS Carmen. The Faction Custom Donk has liveries that the regular Faction Custom doesn't have, including another Sprunk sponsorship that can only be applied in Benny's. The Gargoyle is yet another bike that Sprunk sponsors with a more retro design that can only really be seen underneath the seat. GB200 has another simple Sprunk
It's a
design.
Ford 200 GT. Oh, it's 345 here or 1545 if we prefer. Wow.
So it's kind of nice that it's not exclusive.
I ate dinner early. It's 3 o'clock. It's almost 4 o'clock here on the East Coast.
Moving away from retro more into the modern design, the Morgon has a newer Sprunk logo and a bit of a louder design. The SE Sport is yet another vehicle to feature two separate designs of the same Sprunk livery, one for Sprunk Extreme and the other for Light Sprunk. The Jugular might be a simple car, but its design is a little bit more complex, featuring black coloring.
Time for me to wait. Yeah, I'm making my dinner right now, so yeah. Hot dog. Okay, pizza's done. Hey guys, I'm back. I said eat my lunch and dinner. With some pizza.
Custom is yet another car that only has its sponsorships available in venues. Moving over to the arena, you can actually make out some subtle sponsorships on the Nightmare Bruiser, the Nightmare Brutus, the Nightmare Cerberus, the Nightmare Imperator, and the Nightmare ZR380. Now, these are only available on the Nightmare versions, which feature brighter colors and make sense to have the line of Sprunk. The Paragon R also features a subtle Sprunk design, as well as the Paragon R armor, which is one of the only weaponized vehicles to be on this list. The PR4s
This is
are
a
the
Bentley.
only car we'll see on this list, and they're very clear with their Sprunk partnership. Now, Ratel takes that partnership to a whole other level, taking it off-roading. The Reaver's livery focuses mostly on color, but does have a small logo at the rear. The Sanchez livery is similar to the Body 801RR, where it comes stock with liveries, including its original Sprunk design from the 2013 days of the game. The Sprunk Buffalo also falls into this category, matching the similar design to the EVX and SDX, but it is the original of these three. The Sprunk Pony is the only vehicle in Sprunk's roster that we can't own, and although it can't be customized, this vehicle does spawn with the Sprunk livery on it, and it's something I wish I could have in my garage. The newer Tampa GT has another classic design
Oh.
that matches well with the bright green, not their newer color. Speaking of coloring, the Tesseract design has an off green, which is odd for the company, but does fit this car. The Thrax also features a very stylish design, with the Tulip M100 bringing back a more bare-bones design, simply having square logos plastered on the side of it. And our last land vehicle that's sponsored by Sprunk is the ZR350, and similar to the Hardy, this is also available on its Drift variant. But although these are our only two land vehicles, there are two aerial vehicles that feature Sprunk partnerships, including the LF-22 Starling
And the Mallard.
Okay, work with me. All that meal prep for what? Reach your health goals through hers? Hair loss, mental health, weight loss. Let's do this. We are so back. Start today at forhers.com.
2 years ago, I didn't have a degree, but Purdue Global was the perfect fit. They valued my work experience. This is my company. Find out if business or another Purdue Global program is the right fit for you at PurdueGlobal.edu.
and the Mallow, which means it's time to head over to competitors E. Cola. And surprisingly, they only have 5, maybe 6 competitors. That's right, the massive brand of E. Cola doesn't enjoy the racing or car community. These liveries are available on the Impaler, which has a very clear design, the number 84, and a massive logo on the back fender. The Michele GT, which again has square pictures of the logos plastered on the side, similar to the Tulip M100 from Sprunk. Then we have the Mule, which is the only vehicle to naturally spawn with an equal paint job advertisement or livery. The S80RR, which actually has blue as its base color, a little odd for a company whose primary color is red. I'm also just noticing in post that the hood or rear area of this car wiggles a lot in the Rockstar Edgar, and I'm not sure why. Like, it definitely should not be moving that much. And finally, the Slam Truck, which actually features a couple of unique liveries. Another possible contender is the Nightmare Bruiser, which, despite having a Sprunk livery, does have E-Cola cans available as a mod on the back end of the vehicle. So although it isn't directly a livery, it is a sponsorship. However, there are 12 vehicles that sponsor both a Sprunk and E-Cola design, and they include the BR8, all 3 of the Hot Ring cars, including the Hot Ring Everon, Hellfire, and the Saber, the Nightmare Dominator within the arena, the Novak, and the Vito model. Many of these are simply racing vehicles, endless sponsorships, so it makes sense for them to have both of them, and they'll probably be referenced in many of these videos in the series. However, there's also 4 more aerial vehicles that feature both Sprunk and E-Cola designs, including the Alpha Z1, the Nightclub Blimp, the Havoc, and the Ultralight. But as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there's one car that has both of these sponsorships in the same team, and that's the Hot Ring Saber with its Sprunk v E. Cola design. This design was initially implemented in the game as Rockstar's version of the green versus purple alien to try and spark that up again. And although this did work for Rockstar, it didn't gain nearly as much traction. So now, the moment of truth and comparison. Which of these companies has the better racing team? Well, to start, we actually have 5 classes that don't have any vehicles sponsored by either company, including the Industrial class, Emergency class, Cycles class, Coupes class, and the Boats class. The fastest SUV to feature either of these companies is the Novak, which is actually sponsored by both companies, so it's a tie. And the same can be said for the Sports class with the Harley Everon, the Planes with the Alpha Z1, Open Wheel with the BR8, and Helicopters with the Havoc. So what do the rest of the classes follow? Well, Sports Classic is taken by Ecola with their Michelin GT, while Supers is taken by Sprunk with their Nero Custom. The Utilities class is also taken by Ecola with their Slam Truck, and then the Commercial class is taken by Sprunk, tying it up with the Nightmare Cerberus. And this is what starts to fall apart for Ecola, because with the Pony being the fastest van, the Astro GZ being the fastest sedan, the Brunus being the fastest off-road, the HSW Buffalo EGX being the fastest muscle car we've mentioned, the Reaver being the fastest motorcycle, and the Brioso RA being the fastest compact car, Sprunk takes every single one of those, bringing the score 8-2 for Sprunk, crowning them as today's victor. But what brand do you think I should cover in the next episode? Roughly 8 months ago, I covered over 100 map changes within GTA Online. However, the vast majority of you are quick to point out the other changes, like the statue of Vespucci Beach, that I forgot to mention. This statue was changed very early on in GTA Online's life. To celebrate hitting 50,000 followers on TikTok, we're finally ranking
Nothing out there. I really say I'm really glad that.
Aston Martin leaving on.
Well, I've looked at that, but they've given me a time to get one. 2007.
Roger, trust me on this. I'll get the
to get
together.
it.
For all the pleasure you've given me, I shall let Aston Martin say, I'll come round and burn your factory down as well. Because you had an Aston before, didn't you? DB4.
Yeah, I had a lovely DB4 in 1966. Really wonderful. And I made the mistake of lending it to my mates when I went on tour. We were on a 3-month tour and I said, well, look after the car. And I came back off tour and I'm get back in this car and driving from the airport home. I'm not getting out of it. And it was kind of drawn up alongside an oxygen.
Cops.
The other car that goes there.
Please don't try anything you're about to see at home.
Okay, we're going to play some City game in a little bit.
On this episode of Mythbusters,
What are you gonna do?
Adam and Jamie get punctures on purpose
I have always wanted to do that.
as they test mythical ways of fixing a flat.
How about with the flat and wild? Grasping at straws.
From Mother Nature to the urban sprawl. Can you really improvise your way out of a jam? Meanwhile, Gary, Grant, and Corey reel in a fishy fable as they test this viral video. If you catch a fast enough fish, can it ever sit your reel of funny? Who are the Mythbusters? Adam Savage. 3, 2, 1. Jamie Oliver. Between them more than 30 years of special effects experience. Joining us, Tori Belleci, Greg Imahara,
44 Magnum Day.
and Carrie Byron. They don't just tell the myths, they put them to the test.
All right, Jamie, I'm going to paint you a picture. You've driven out to the middle of nowhere to go backwoods camping. You've hiked out into the wilderness, and at the end of the weekend, you hike back to your car to find, oh, you got a flat tire. What do?
I put on a spare.
You don't have a spare.
I call a tow truck.
Nope, no cell phone reception.
I walk it.
Nope, walking is not an option. You have to somehow make that flat tire into a workable wheel. What do?
I improvise.
Exactly. That's what this story is about. Improvised solutions to making a flat tire into a
It's only 4 o'clock, so after I eat my lunch here, we play some games. Play some City
Under
game.
normal circumstances, fixing a flat is simple. Unpack the jack, prepare the spare, and you're good to go. But if you're in the middle of nowhere and the spare's not there, can you improvise your way out? Can Mother Nature really come to the rescue? Or will this myth hit the hay?
So what's the plan?
Well, we got a whole bunch of suggestions from the fan site for things people claim to have tried that got them out of jams. I think we should choose the 3 best to test.
Well, let's say we go to the great outdoors and set up a course there.
Of course, it would include all the different obstacles one might encounter trying to get themselves out of a jam.
Exactly.
So to put this tire trilogy to the test, the team heads for the hills.
Well, Crown Victoria.
In order to run our tire fixes through their paces, we've chosen a course in this off-road facility that'll give us the widest range of standard road hazards you might encounter in just this kind of setting.
And that setting isn't the only thing they've settled on.
This is our test car. It is an average, ordinary, everyday sedan, and that's
It's a police car.
This story is about an ordinary car out for an ordinary drive when things go south.
It's a police car.
An extraordinary solution is required.
With the car sorted and a 2-mile lap lined up, things are looking good. So all they need now is to acquire a flat tire.
That's a police car, Adam.
Do that. What are we gonna do? We got a flat tire. So here's the drill. You're out of nature, miles from the road, with a flat tire and no spare. Pop quiz, hot shot. What do you do?
What you do is improvise. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to make our equivalent of a run flat tire out of stuff at hand, like vegetation or straw.
Yep, you heard right. Fan fix number 1 involves first removing the wheel,
I just happen to have a lovely garage jack.
then stuffing the cut open tire with straw.
Well, let's just see how far we get with that.
Before delivering a collection of bad puns.
How about with the flat and the wild? We'd be grasping at straws, but this is giving me high hope.
Well, hey, if it works.
With Mark Twain turning in his grave, the guys reattach the wheel.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Before stuffing in more straw until the tire is literally fit to burst.
Now it's time for our straw-filled tire test. How do I think it's going to go?
Well, I'm positive that having straw in this tire is going to be better than.
With the Chase mobile app, things move a little more smoothly. Deposit checks easily and send money quickly. That's convenience from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
All American seniors can apply to receive the 2025 food card worth $900. It could even come loaded with more depending on your area. You can use your card to pay for groceries at stores like Walmart, Kroger, and Albertsons. You can use it to shop at Target, Walgreens, or even pay for approved items too, but you do need to call today and claim it. If you don't apply on time, you may have to wait another 12 months in order to claim the food card benefit.
If you're over 65 and on Medicare, Parts A and B, then call 1-833-521-0910 for free today and see how much you can claim.
It's a huge improvement compared to my last plan. And now I have some extra at the end of each month.
I use my card from everything from meat to vegetables, as long as it's healthy. If you're on Medicare, then call 1-833-521-0910.
You're like me, I'm stupid. You don't have to.
How much you can claim.
Stop for a moment and imagine walking into the store with your card and not having to stress about the cost of the things you really want to buy. The truth is, you could receive a food card worth $900 as soon as this week, but if you don't call to claim it, you won't get your food card.
Call 1-833-521-0910 right now to speak to a licensed agent.
This food card can be used to buy groceries and other approved items at all of your favorite stores. It doesn't interfere with any of your existing bits.
Just that's what you're doing. Pick up the phone and call it 1-833-521-0910 now to find out how much you can claim. That's 1-833-521-0910.
We just had a normal flat tire. How long it actually lasts and whether the straw stays in there is the only worry that I have. And the only way to find that out is the test.